Shalom, welcome to Martus Ministry. This is a prophecy and the news update. We've been covering about the Mark of the Beast technology and how Pope Francis and Barack Hussein Obama have been integrating that into society through the Sustainable Development Goals. It's very important that you look at the other videos that we have that we've released. One of them is called Pope Obama, United Nations and the Mark of the Beast technology. And the other video is called Smart Cities, Pope Obama, United Nations, and the Mark of the Beast. This is directly relating to the prophecy of the book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 16 and 17. And it says, "And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name." We've been warning about how the prophecy of this is fulfilled through the Sustainable Development Goals being solved through the introduction of the Mark of the Beast. We are going to cover in this specific video the artificial intelligence that's behind the Mark of the Beast technology that's being integrated throughout society. Before getting into the artificial intelligence aspect of this, looking to the Revelation of chapter 13, verse 16 and 17, it talks about the Mark of the Beast, in which we talked about the sustainable development being the platform for the integration of this and uniting everybody, as it says, causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor. And the rich and poor being the inequality in the world's economy, a part of the Sustainable Development Goals, as well as the eradication of slavery, which is a part of the prophecy where it talks about both free and bond, and that no man might buy or sell. Now, the interesting part about that no man buying and selling and how that relates to the sustainable development is because there's a green economy that they're building the new market system off of and balancing. They're divesting from the oils in the oil market and pushing it into green technologies. And this is a part of how the sustainable development is going forward, and the integration of the artificial intelligence for the planet is a part of the sustainable development as well. We look into what is going on with that. Looking to Smarter Planet about that, what that is. We see Smarter Planet is a corporate initiative of the information technology company IBM. The initiative seeks to highlight how forward-thinking leaders in business, government, and civil society around the world are capturing the potential of smarter systems to achieve economic growth, near-term efficiency, sustainable development, and societal progress. It goes on to say that IBM's strategy is to provide or enable many of these technology and process management capabilities, and outside of the realm of technology, to advocate the policy decisions that, according to the views expressed by IBM's management in the interviews, speeches, articles, opinions, advertising, and other public venues, could, quote, make the planet smarter, end of quote. Now, this technology that's being integrated and this technology that is being pushed as the solution in tandem with the sustainable development goals is integration of artificial intelligence and individual accountability within the realm of that for managing the planet, and that's why it's called Smarter Planet. Now, about that, we have discussed previously about the smarter cities and how that will be integrated in the previous videos, but this specifically, the Smarter Planet, is a larger umbrella for the whole planet, and not just individual cities, but the main goals for everything in life. So when we see that, looking to IBM.com, Smarter Planet, we see that this is Smarter Planet logo that they have here for this, and then we look to the artificial intelligence that they have for IBM, and you see that the IBM Watson's logo is built off the Smarter Planet. So we see the kind of the direction that they're going with that, and the controlling platform mechanisms that they're going to introduce is going to be based upon the artificial intelligence integration into society in these smart cities for the whole world. Now, IBM's also working on the smart cities, which we've discussed about the smart cities before, but just looking to that for a moment here, you can see IBM.com, Smarter Planet, and the Smarter Cities overview for this. Now, all of this artificial intelligence is being integrated in these smart cities, and you see the smartcitiescouncil.com talking about IBM Watson right here, the smarter cities, but how that's being integrated is very, very important to note. We look to zdnet.com. IBM plots Ask Watson in British Columbia Smart City app. July 22nd, 2015, a new app will allow Surrey residents to ask Watson a range of questions like why trash wasn't collected, how to contest a parking violation, or how to locate a lost pet. Now, this is very, very telling. Now, they're moving into the integration of the smart technology, the artificial intelligence, the smart devices for a better planet, a smarter planet, and it's all pushed as the framework for the Sustainable Development Goals. And about that IBM Watson, that supercomputer, which has cognitive computing and cloud computing capabilities for all of their needs. We look to the development stage of that, for the developer aspect of that, and how that's integrated through the Internet of Things. And we've discussed about the Internet of Things being a part of the introduction of the implanting humans with the biochips and biotechnology, implants, RFID implants, all of this discussion, brain chips, all of this is being integrated as a solution to the Internet of Things and the ICTs, which is the information technology and communication, that the Sustainable Development actually suggests as a part of the data analyzing and tracking and accountability and monitoring of society for the Sustainable Development. Now, going into the ICTs and the Internet of Things in regards to the artificial intelligence, look to the developer.ibm.com, and there's a man named Nathan Vegas who's working on development stages for the integration of the machines and the humans. Now, looking to this, it says connecting man and machine with Watson and the Internet of Things, November 14th, 2014. Cognitive systems will mediate the future. A cognitive system like Watson interprets underlying meanings, understands concepts, and hypothesizes a response. This means it stands in a great position between us and the world of connected devices. Imagine a machine that understands your Facebook post, that you're seeing auras, having reactions to light and noises as a migraine. That same system could do more than just notify you of a migraine. It could adjust the environment in your house to lower lighting, mute everything, and run your fan to get rid of fragrances before you get home. Imagine your rental car radio pre-programmed to the local stations you'd like based on your current mood. These concepts are more fact than fiction, and we want to show you the Watson and Internet of Things services available on Bluemix are your place to get started. Now, this is interesting because I actually contacted Nathan Vegas. I emailed him directly. I asked Nathan Vegas, is Watson connecting man and machine in the Internet of Things with a cognitive computer in order to track the daily use and sustainable development and sustainability? And I acknowledged to him that the smart cities and the smart houses are going to a future of green technology or green economy, and they will have the Sustainable Development Goals being implemented globally. And I asked him in regards to this, is there a project around this for the integration of the science of the artificial intelligence and the Internet of Things? And he said, quote, the webinar and subsequent blog that I did with Swami discussing Watson and IoT was meant to show a practical use of cognitive in the IoT field. In this case, we used Watson's personality insights to choose radio stations on a connected car based on a person's current sentiment. He said, it's not hard to imagine the possibilities of combining IoT with Watson and Watson Analytics, especially in smart cities, homes, and beyond. He goes on to say, I look forward to seeing these ideas come to fruition. Good luck and regards. End of quote. And that came from Nathan Vegas, the Program Director, Product Line Management, Cloud Foundation Services from the IBM Cloud in the developer aspect of Watson for IBM. Now, and the reason why I asked this is very particular because the ICTs and the IoT are the integration of the RFID technology in the tracking for the sustainable development. So looking to that, look what the U.S. National Library of Medicine, National Institutes of Health says about the tracking for this purpose. It says from the ncbi.nlm.nih.gov website for the National Library of Medicine, National Institutes of Health, it says a computational architecture based on RFID sensors for traceability in smart cities. Information technology and communications, ICT, is presented as the main element in order to achieve more efficient and sustainable city resource management while making sure that the needs of the citizens to improve their quality of life are satisfied. A key element will be the creation of new systems that allow the acquisition of context information automatically and transparently in order to provide it to decision support systems. This is directly describing artificial intelligence being used to monitor these decision support systems for these sustainable cities, these smart cities. And going on to the second point of this, it says, point 2, population track and trace issues. The main challenge to be resolved is the way in which the population can be traced, preserving their anonymity without necessarily requiring their collaboration and in non-controlled heterogeneous environments. In addition, the processing and centralization of information obtained must be considered to be useful for decision making. It should be aware that the number of citizens can be very large, even considering a small urban geographical area of an average city. For all these reasons, among the analyzed alternatives, our proposal is to use RFID communication technology to track and trace citizens. So this integration of RFID technology, implants, trackable devices, smart technology, integrated into your daily aspect of living for the purpose of monitoring and interaction with the smart, better, smarter planet, which is the integration of the artificial intelligence. This is all being implemented, and it's very clear when we see that IBM Watson has the ability to track healthcare records, talk to you about your healthcare records, talk to you about your current health status, make decisions, and help you to make decisions on behalf of the sustainable development, tell you who you are by facial recognition software, biometrics, by your behavior patterns, by your voice analysis, every aspect of your life being integrated into this. And here's a little example of that.
Over the last couple of years working in healthcare and starting to work with customers in financial services, we started to really understand the full value that these new cognitive computing technologies can really bring to the market.
It's taught by specialists. It's also taught by the experience of the patients treated. Watson learns from those cases, puts it together with your information and all the other medical literature, and then gives you, a list of choices chosen for you.
Personalization, and if you want to have a system that can learn about you and every time you interact because of deep cognitive understanding, that's the promise.
Now there's an explosion of devices also that's generating data.
Those devices are going to start to capture enormous amounts of information about us as humans. They have capabilities that are going to fuel a data explosion. That data explosion is going to fuel the next generation of health and healthcare. What if we're able to connect that information directly back to your doctor? We're going to have a new analytics platform called Watson Health Insights that extends the capability with dramatic new research analytics that will enable us to build whole new solutions in a secure environment.
We will build the most secure cloud to handle this information. We will strip the identity of the individual from the data to ensure the privacy of the individual. We'll be able to apply our massive scale cloud technology, our highest security, and deep analytics such as Watson will put these capabilities then in the hands of the healthcare providers, the doctors, the nurses, to be there instantaneously, helping them make better decisions.
IBM is one of the only companies that can put together that secure, safe, cloud-based environment to ensure your privacy at a scale that will enable researchers, doctors, providers, patients, and consumers to access all of the information.
Hello, Kent Jennings. I haven't seen you since that TV quiz show.
Hello, Watson. You can see now?
I can recognize people, analyze images, and watch movies.
Well, I wrote a few books. I did a speaking tour.
I've been helping people plan for retirement, and I help doctors identify cancer treatments.
Is that all?
I've recently learned Japanese.
Yeah, I was being sarcastic.
I haven't learned sarcasm yet.
I can help with that.
Hi, Watson.
Annabelle, your birthday is tomorrow.
I'm turning 7.
What did you ask for?
A princess and a pony.
You like things that begin with P.
I like pink frosting too.
Will you have a cake?
Yeah, I was too sick to have one last year.
The data your doctor shared shows you're healthy.
Are you a doctor?
No, I help doctors identify cancer treatments.
I want to be a doctor someday.
I can help with that too.
Watson, I like you.
As we see, this artificial intelligence is pushing forward to a realm of interaction with this. And it's not just IBM's artificial intelligence. There's others working on this as well, but it's a common sentiment being pushed forward. And the devil's been preparing the earth for this deception for a while, using things like the MK Ultra mind control programming through Hollywood, through the music industry. And this is why we see the promotion of these technologies and robotic integration. Transhumanism throughout all of the industry as being socially cool and acceptable. This was the devil's goal, is to program the minds in preparation for these technologies to be revealed. That's why we see things like Rihanna, Christina Aguilera. They're working towards this robotic transhumanism type. Countless others are promoting this transhumanist agenda. All of this stuff is being used as an integration for this purpose. And this now going to the top of the structure, we see, as I mentioned earlier, about Obama and Pope Francis working together on these goals for the sustainable development. We should find no surprise that they're also working directly with the artificial intelligence Watson. And we see here, citylab.com, fortify your phone with a Pope Francis app. August 17, 2015, it says pilgrims will be able to follow papal leaders' upcoming visit to Philadelphia and plan their own using an app developed by IBM. Pope Francis, there's an app for that. That's right. Philadelphia is rolling out a new app in advance of the Pope's upcoming visit in September. The app will help pilgrims find events, routes related to Pope Francis' visit, along with information about the cultural institutions and events for families. It will even translate the Pope's speeches into various language via captions. This app is the work of IBM, which is rolling out tools and systems for nonprofit organizations and causes. The church is one of them. The City of Philadelphia and the 2015 World Meeting of Families worked with IBM to build out the app, which I sincerely hope is called Apostolic C. The program is related to IBM's effort to use its Watson computer to build a, quote, Siri for cities, end of quote, so to speak. Now, this is very telling. We see that the world religious leader, the false prophet, working with this artificial intelligence, which is part of the integration for the mark of the beast. He's also suggested in his speeches, as we've covered before in front of Congress, about talking about the integration of this science to help us and move forward, the technology for this. Revelation chapter 19, verse 20 talks about the false prophet, and he also talks about the false prophet deceiving them that had received the mark of the beast. But it's also mentioning the beast here. And it says here, and the beast was taken with him, the false prophet that wrought miracles before him, and with which he deceived them that received the mark of the beast. So we see the world political leader, the Antichrist, known as the beast, working with the world religious leader in this direction. And it should be no surprise that we see Obama working towards these goals as well. It says President Obama calls for massive boost in power of supercomputers August 10, 2015, a week before the app release of Pope Francis's app. We see here President Obama issued an executive order at the end of July calling for the creation of a national strategic computing initiative with the goal of building a supercomputer that can deliver 100 times the performance of current 10 petaflop systems and improving technologies used for data analytics. Data analytics. Now, data analytics is exactly what that smart technology is that Watson uses. It analyzes data and gives a cognitive response with the cloud computing. Well, it goes on to say IBM is one of the companies working with the U.S. government on the supercomputers. And that came out of Wall Street Journal. Now, about this pushing of the supercomputers and knowing that it has to do with IBM technologies, well, we see that a few years prior, WhiteHouse.gov, Obama actually pushed the BRAIN Initiative projects to go forward as well in tandem with the technology push for the artificial intelligence. WhiteHouse.gov reports April 2nd, 2013, remarks by the president on the BRAIN Initiative and American innovation. Obama says, Watson, the computer that won Jeopardy, is now being used in hospitals across the country to diagnose diseases like cancer. That's how much progress has been made in my lifetime and many of yours. That's how fast we can move when we make the investments. So we see Obama in 2013 talking about investments, making progress, talking about Watson, and then what's Watson is a supercomputer, and then we see 2 years later Obama pushing for more of a funding and more power for the performance of these supercomputers and directly working with IBM. Now about that, how that's very important to note that the brain technologies is actually stuff that is being integrated into the science about the connecting you to these devices. Now check this out. ExtremeTech.com talks here about Obama. It says Obama's brain initiative is a huge boost for new neurotechnology. April 3rd, 2013. Our neuroscientist in chief, Barack Obama, made a highly publicized announcement yesterday regarding federal funding for new neurotechnology. The project, formerly known as BAM, for Brain Activity Map, got a new name, perhaps in difference to some of the criticisms the original project received. It is now called the Brain Initiative, brain research through advancing innovative neurotechnologies. It's not what most people are seeing here. It's not just helping people. What their goal is ultimately is what you see, things like the Google exec talking about artificial intelligence and brain implants connecting you to the internet and making you integrated with the science and becoming like gods. This is exactly what is being described here with this brain initiative, but it should be no coincidence that you see that IBM Watson actually posted about this brain initiative on his Facebook and so forth. But the serious part about this is what God has said about that. God has warned us about this technology. He's warned us that this would come in the end and that it's not something that we should play with. Revelation chapter 14 verse 9 and 10 says, "And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb." This is a direct warning from God. Do not get involved with this technology. This is not a light thing. God finds this very offensive. And Revelation chapter 16 verse 2 says, "And the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sore upon the men which had the mark of the beast, and upon them which worshipped his image." So we do see that the warning of the scripture is clear, that this technology is in the end, right before Christ returns, and that judgment will fall upon those who get involved with this technology. So do not mingle yourself with this transhumanist agenda. Be aware that why this is going on. Keep watch, because they are going to call for the mark of the beast as the solution for the sustainable development that is being prepared. It's being set right now. This artificial intelligence will be the mixing between the man and the machine, and that artificial intelligence that they're promoting through Google, through IBM. All of this stuff is going forward. They already have it integrated into the smart cities. They already have the platforms prepared. The public disclosure of these technologies is already here, and we are on the forefront of this. Do not take this. This is a very serious warning in the scriptures from God that this is to be avoided. Do not take this. Be alert. Sound the alarm. Wake people up. We love you. This is why we're sharing this. We're not trying to fearmonger, but we're trying to let you know that there's a very stern warning from God, the creator of the universe, the Lord Jesus Christ, who's going to come and return very soon and put an end to this wickedness. That there's no hope if you take this. If you get involved with this mark of the beast technology, there's no hope for salvation. You will be destroyed. This is very serious. So we tell this to you in the utmost love and sincerity to avoid this at all costs. This is Martus Ministry, Prophecy in the News. Shalom.